Hey, so this is another video. It's to show how the integers collection can be used to then like activate an object, because obviously the other one was all about like arrays and single arrays. So I'm quickly just going to show you how it works. Bear in mind these items aren't usually here in the game, they're locked somewhere else. So this is the end game part. It's closed, you can't access it, right? When you go over, as you can see, the HUD changes and says it's getting all 3 runes, but say I've only got 2, still doesn't open. Get the 3rd one, go over to the door, bam, there you go. Thanks for playing. You can end game, right? And if you click end game, it will take you back to the main menu, okay? So that is what I'm going to quickly go through. So first things first, it's setting up the array, or sorry, the integers inside your player character. So as you can see, I've got a integer down here, which is runes. Hooray! Integers, yay! We all love integers. So these basically, the way it works is I make a custom event where it can add one of those integers. So for every time this custom event plays, it will add one integer to the total, okay? So that's what this little tiny bit of code is here. Basically, for every single time any item has the add rune event, it allows one integer to be added to the player character. This code is inside the player character. So you need to make up an integer, which obviously if you go on here, you can change integers on here. I have it just set as a single because it's a single type. It's not an array of several different integers. If you had several different items that were all linked and they had to have like 5 of this, 3 of this, then I guess you could make it an array and have different values within that. But this is just very simple. It's you need 3 runes, okay? So if we look at the items that you collect, for instance, on clicked, you grab the runes. It does the custom event. So if you right click, you can just add rune, right? You can see add rune will be custom event. Okay, so the custom event add rune, when you drag off of here, you can go add rune, right? Call function add rune. So when you drag off of the player sprite character off of cast BP sprite character, you can add rune. This will add 1 total to the integer. So that gives you like a +1 value to the player character. For the rune, the runes. So the rune, the final rune, you have to add the integer back here. So the runes integer, because it needs to be able to call that within itself. So what I did here was basically you drag off, and so you can get runes, or set runes, or sorry, I think it's set runes, isn't it? So you can do that, bring it over, do here, boom, 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 boom. Runes, right? So you can get runes. There you go, right? And then you drag off equal, and then in here, in this little bit just here, you can click how many you need for it to be an active function. So as you can see on mine, if it's equal to 3, then it goes to the branch and the condition then plays where it creates a widget as viewport. Shows the end game. That is how I set integers up in my game. That's how it works. Again, you could probably do it slightly differently, but this is how I use them to call the end screen for the game. And if you wanted to have like animations, or you wanted something else to happen, or take you to another room, you could have that do that within this. But the main thing to remember is to have the integer set up in your player character. Each item that you collect calls that custom event that's from your player character. And then the object that you're interacting with that needs to call that needs to have the integer within it. And then it basically needs to call and say, does the player character have equal amounts of this integer for it to work? If so, what happens? That's how I've set it up. Obviously, you can change that, you can play around with it, you can do whatever you want, but that is how I've done it. Hopefully that helps you out.